Welcome back to another video of Talks with Sade. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. This is my channel. My name is Sade. If you've already been here, thank you so much and I appreciate your support. In this video, we are going to be talking about 8 tips for young teachers. Okay, this is my second year teaching, so I know a few things, just a few. Okay, so let's get into the video. See from where I am currently in my classroom on my lunch break, making this video giving you 8 tips as a young teacher. So the first thing, this is not even a tip, but if you're applying to jobs, figure out what you want to do as far as what grade you work with, because that's very important. I recommend middle school. I hear a lot of people that work with younger kids that are like 9 years old and younger. They're very difficult to work with. People tell me 7th and 8th is hard to work with. Right now, I'm in middle school and I love it. I absolutely love it. So last year, I taught high school. I taught 12th, 11th, and 10th graders. Yes, I did. It was too much. Tip number 1, okay? Before you even become a teacher, you have to buy a planner and a calendar, okay? With student assignments, meetings, I need a planner, okay? For like meetings and IEP due dates, and like it's just so many things you want to stay on top of when assignments are due. When are you going to put grades in? Planning at home. So I've learned that having a planner and a calendar have really saved me. My first year teaching, I did not have a calendar for most of the school year, and I'll be like, oh, how am I going to remember this thing? How am I going to remember that thing? Like a calendar, and even if you don't buy an actual like calendar you can hang up on a wall, you can literally print something out from like Google and just every month print out a new one and just have one for November. You can stick it right here and like check off things, but that will really help you stay on top of everything. Second tip is bins to separate student work, or like dividers. If you have like a file cabinet, dividers to separate the work, because last year teaching 12th, 11th, and 10th grade, I had so many students, and then different assignments for each grade. So it was very hard for me to like stay organized and keep track of like, you know, where students' work would go where. And even folders, like if you want to put your students' work in folders, I have different colors for each like class. Before you even get to know your students, okay, from the first day of school, you need to set the expectations in the classroom. I can't tell you how nice of a teacher I currently am. I'm always nice to my students, right? But you still want to have boundaries, and you do want to let them know that you are the authoritative figure in the classroom. Especially with being like a young teacher, a lot of times students can challenge that. Me, I'm very short. I'm only 5 feet. So even height-wise, it's like, I'm your height. I don't have to listen to you. For at least the first week or first week and a half, really the first month, implement like the rules of your classroom. Like raise your hand to talk, or, you know, even if you have a chant, to get the kids back on task or something. I've seen a couple of things like on TikTok where people sing a song and then the kids sing along and then they stop talking. Like whatever strategy works for you, you will figure that out as time goes along. But yeah, definitely set the tone at the beginning of the year. Let's talk self-care. Like self-care is so very important. I can't tell you how often my first year teaching, I forgot to drink water. I forgot to use the bathroom. I forgot to eat in the morning. And so I would start the lesson brain fried, got a headache, a little irritable. So it's very important to do those basic life necessities as far as like eating, drinking water, and sleeping. Like right now, I sleep at 10 o'clock on the dot. No later. Or I try my best not to sleep any later, but usually I sleep at 10 o'clock at night. Making sure you get rest, going to the gym every now and again, like prioritizing your personal life, your personal self-care. Every day as a teacher, you show up for your kids, whether it's teenagers, kids, babies. It's your responsibility to give them the life skills, okay, to a certain extent, and teaching them and providing them with the education that they deserve. So if you're showing up as half yourself, you're doing a disservice not only to you, but to your students as well. So it's very important to have your self-care. As much as you want to finish that lesson plan, as much as you take a break. It is okay to take a break. It is okay to take a breather. It's okay to watch a movie and come back, okay? But you got to make sure you create a routine with your teaching life, professional, and your personal life as well. Is make sure to create relationships with your students, build those relationships, and learn them, okay? When being a teacher, like, classroom management is so important, but in order to manage a class, you have to know your kids and what they need, what they like, what they don't like. It's the same as having a friend in a sense. Like, you really want them, if you want them to learn you and learn your rules, you have to be willing to learn them. Every kid is different, okay? Me, for example, I teach 6th grade. Sometimes you'll have that one student that gives you trouble. They just look forward to coming to school to saying, ooh, what can I do today to get under her skin, okay? But when you have enough stamina and enough discipline and you've really been through this before, it's like, okay, like, I already know what to expect. Like, you're going to come in here, you're going to act a fool, okay? You can't give the kid what they want, but once they see that you don't get them what they want and you actually take the time out to learn who they are and what they need, you'll learn that all kids really be wanting is a hug. They be wanting somebody to talk to, but instead of, asking for that and knowing that they want that or saying that out loud, they'll do things to, like, probably get on your nerves. And I'm saying more for, like, middle school. But even if you're teaching teenagers, like, you don't know what life kids have outside of school, okay? You don't know what life is like at home. You don't know what life is like in their community. Some kids might live in a more affluent community. Some kids don't have that privilege and live in more impoverished communities. So not knowing, like, their life outside of school, it's very important to try to be understanding of them and just learn who they are. And, like, the more you learn them and build relationships with you, they're going to want to listen. They're going to want to get on your good side. They're going to want to sit at your desk. Oh, I'm at Miss So-and-so desk, or Miss So-and-so let me write on a board, or Miss So-and-so gave me a piece of candy, or, So learning your students is so important. Make sure that, when you feel frustrated, you ask for help, okay? It's so important to ask for help, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help. I feel like my first year, I didn't ask for help as much as I needed to, but I definitely put that foot forward, and I got the results that I needed. Like, if you need help with lesson planning, ask. If you feel like you don't have someone as a mentor at your job, ask, okay? And also advocate for yourself. I've even witnessed people experience some things where, you weren't being treated how you were supposed to be treated. Or sometimes people treat you differently because you're younger and they feel like maybe they're in charge and they can, abuse their power or anything like that. So make sure you advocate for yourself and document it. Send emails, okay? Keep records of documentation. And if your supervisor is mistreating you, then go to the person above them. If they not saying nothing, go to the person above them. There's always somebody above somebody else. Never be scared to advocate for yourself. And even if you're scared, advocate, because once you advocate, it will make a difference and you will be treated differently. So you just want to make sure that you're advocating for yourself and doing what you're supposed to do to protect yourself. As long as you're a good employee and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, there's no reason why you should be mistreated in the workplace ever. And this goes for anybody, even if I haven't experienced it before. Tip number 7, okay? When you are starting to set up your classroom, ask for funding from your school, okay? Pencils, papers, books, cleaning supplies, decor, anchor charts. Depending on the subject you teach, and I'm an English teacher, so I do, I need anchor charts and, like, things like that. Anything you want to get from Amazon, fidgets for your kids, like anything that you need, ask your school for funding, okay? You should not have to come out of pocket to get every single thing for your class. Now, are you going to pay for some things out of pocket? Absolutely. But if you need any type of supplies, ask them. Tip number 8, incentivize, okay? So incentivize basically means, like, when your kids do good, give them something. Give them a piece of candy. Give them some chips. Or, it's a motivational tool for real. Like, kids will have their own motivation, but they'll have days where they don't feel like doing anything. And incentivizing really helps. Believe it or not, stickers. Kids love stickers. They love getting told that they're doing great. Candy, chips, What else? You could be like, by the end of the week, if you meet this, I'll buy you a meal if you have it in your budget. That I ain't judging. Fidgets. You could have like a treasure box where they can win prizes and things like that. Give them their praise when they do good. That really motivates them to want to continue doing good in your classroom. Thank you for watching this video. I hope these tips were helpful. I can definitely make a part 2 because there's so much more that I can say. Please leave a comment below if there's anything else you want to know, like some strategies in the classroom that I see that works for me, anything. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.